Seadoll, please, hear me out. I think your dancing is perfect, and enjoying the things you love every now and again won't change that.
What's this all about?
I understand that your dancing is as beautiful as it is because you're so disciplined. But if you eat only to fuel the dance, you're not thinking how savory feeds the soul.
Savory feeds the soul?
Your inner joy surely must also be part of your dance, right? When you danced in the moonlight, thinking of those who had died? That was truly beautiful. I'm sure that dancing while dreaming of savory foods must be distracting.
You're trying to tell me my dance is less perfect because of this?
Fuel your dance with things that bring you joy. We will feel the joy too. I understand that you want to dance perfectly to protect your friends in battle. All the more reason to fuel your moves with savory food too.
Divine One, you don't understand. If I fuel my dance with just anything I want, that's playing with fire. My life as a dancer has always put function before flavor. But I am starting to see what you mean about savory feeding the soul. You're very thoughtful, and that makes me happy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And given you are the Divine One, I will take your advice to heart. In fact, that fried dough bathed in oil sauce from the other day, it's been on my mind.
Then let's go order some.
Now the question is, how much savory is too much savory for one sitting?
Perhaps we should consult the spirit of the cards.
You saw my reading the other day. Divine One, I'm afraid you've only seen my undignified side lately.
I've seen your charming side as well.
I promise you this. From now on, you'll see a better me. I realize now the dance is both an inside and outside dance. Expect perfection.
I'm happy if you're happy, Seadoll.
Divine One, before you retire to your chambers, a word.
Uh-oh. What did I do this time?
It is so very like you not to know. I noticed your efforts to shield me from harm in the last battle, and I am appreciative. In doing so, however, you sustained an injury.
So you noticed. I did take a hit, but it was nothing serious.
Even a superficial wound can be quite painful. Allow me to treat it.
Oh, thank you.
A certain other divine dragon I knew was also nonchalant about injuries, and always quick with empathy. The focus was always outward, on the well-being of others. As the irreplaceable centerpiece of this army, you must be more mindful of your condition.
I get it. I'm sorry. I'll be more careful.
It is easy to speak the words of such an oath. Harder to support the words with action.
You never let up, do you? You know, Nell, I've been meaning to ask. How similar am I to the divine dragon you knew in your world?
Why the sudden interest?
I've actually been wondering for a while. When you saved my life back in your world, you said that you couldn't bear to lose me. Does that mean... to you, am I... When you look at me, are you actually seeing the divine dragon you knew before?
The wound is clean, and it is healing nicely. You should take this day to rest and recover. Farewell for now.
Thanks, Nell. I will. Good night. Goldmary, are you okay?
Oh, Divine One. Did the sound of my soul in anguish finally get your attention? I'm so glad.
What's wrong? Talk to me. I'm here to help.
It's just that I can't possibly be any more charming.
What?
Everyone always says I'm the most popular woman in the world. But if you're immune to my charms, I know that can't be true. My confidence is shattered. So here I stand. My tears flowing freely like 2 rivers of glittering diamonds.
Look. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings somehow. I really didn't mean to.
No, please don't apologize. Only tell me what I can do to earn your affection.
You don't need to do anything special.
I already think you're quite charming.
You do? You think I'm charming?
Of course. And it's not just me, you know. Everyone loves you. So don't feel like you have to push yourself so hard over this, okay? What's wrong?
Nothing. Nothing. I'm just so relieved. Thank you. As a token of my appreciation, you may admire my perfect tears a while longer.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks, Divine One. You really saved my bacon.
I was happy to help. I will say, I wasn't expecting our picnic to turn into a two-person raid on the bandits' hideout.
Really? That's how most of my picnics go, to be honest.
When you invited me, you said we'd be eating meat together.
And I was telling the truth. You got a nice big helping, right?
Yes, I was stuffed. I only wish you had said something like, I've found the bandits' camp, so let's barge in, take them out, and then grill up some meat. That would have been more, you know, accurate.
So wordy, though. My way was much more concise.
That's one way to look at it. Still, you never cease to amaze. You take it upon yourself to help root out bandits.
What, is that not normal? I'm just protecting my people. I thought that's what royalty was supposed to do.
You say something completely radical, like it's the most obvious thing in the world.
That's my charm.
Celestia, I brought you today's lunch. Though it's a little late to call it lunch now.
Oh, thank you, Divine One. I lost track of time visiting with everyone and it slipped my mind.
The same way it slipped your mind yesterday, as I recall.
Well, I
can't believe you'd miss all the best meals if I didn't keep track. It's a good thing I noticed.
I thought all dragons were like this, but maybe it's just me. I've been trying to pay attention, but I get so distracted by everyone else. If someone's in trouble, I want to help them. And if someone's worried, I want to listen. The other day, I was helping someone move some heavy items. Before I knew it, it was dark.
Not again.
I know. I'll just eat what you brought me right now.
What's funny?
I'm so happy to be sitting here with you, Divine One. Even if I am the only one eating. It isn't just my stomach that's filling up, but my heart as well. Oh, Divine One, this soup is delicious. Please, try a sip.
Thank you, but I already had lunch. Besides, I brought this for you.
You don't need to hold back. I wouldn't want to keep something so delightful all to myself. Here, say ah. Come on now. Ah.
If you insist. Ah.
How is it? Isn't it wonderful?
Yes. Very delicious.
Yunaka, what's wrong? Where's that boundless joy of yours gone?
I can't do it. I can't face the audience. It's too much. I've got to sit this one out. I'm sorry.
What? You were excited to get up on stage the last time I saw you. What happened?
All the nice things you said, choosing me as the lead, it was all really flattering. But I've never had so many people depending on me before. What if I'm a letdown? They're here to enjoy themselves. Can they really do that with someone like me on stage?
Yunaka, did you enjoy acting and dancing during our rehearsals? Was it fun performing?
Of course it was.
Well, if you enjoyed it, then the audience will enjoy it too. If you don't trust yourself on this, can you at least trust me? I promise you, everyone is going to have a good time. My eyes are closed. My hand is here. If you trust me, then take it. And never let go.
Your lines. Why are you... If you're certain this is what you want, I'm willing to believe in you.
Thank you for taking my hand. You are meant to be on that stage, Yunaka.
As long as I've got your guarantee, I can honestly say I feel a lot better.
Soon, everyone will see you for the talented performer I know you to be.
Thanks, Seedall. Okay, let's not keep them waiting. There's a lot of folks out there counting on us to make them smile.
I love to make the dishes sparkle. Each polished plate rewards me with a view of my own scintillating smile.
There you are, Gold Mary. Look, I wanted to apologize to you about the other day.
Apologize? Why?
You made doing laundry look like lots of fun. I actually did want to join you. I just couldn't.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
I can explain, but it's kind of personal.
It's all right. Don't be shy.
Okay, well, I normally hate to bring this up, but I had a horrible childhood. My parents were too poor to raise me, so I was abandoned. I ended up living with a stranger, even from a really young age. He had me doing all the housework, so something about doing chores takes me right back to that place. It fills me with dread.
I had no idea.
These days, I always do stuff like laundry and dishes alone. That way I'm not bothering anybody if I go to pieces over it.
I understand.
But I'm not here to make excuses. I'm determined to put my past behind me. I want to be a totally new person. So in the spirit of a fresh start, let's do some chores!
I admire your courage, Yunaka. In that case, please join me in washing the dishes.
You got it, Gold Mary!
Spirit of the cards, cast your divine light so that I may see the correct path forward.
Seedall, I heard you shouting. What's going on?
Oh, Chloe. I'm in the middle of a very important reading.
You yell when you're reading?
Look at this. Right here, before me. Meat sizzling on the fire, dripping and juicy. Oh, how tempting. But my dancing will be less than disciplined if I let my passion for savory flavors rule me. My body is my instrument. I must be vigilant. So, here I sit, consulting the cards.
Sounds like fun. Well, what did the cards tell you?
As much as it pains me to say, it appears I'm not destined to eat this meat.
More from me then. Oh.
Moon and stars. I thought you'd protest at least a little bit. Oh well, go ahead. Though must you enjoy it so much?
Thanks for the meal, Seedall. Next time, it'll be my treat.
If you say so. Sounds delicious.
Celestia, I wonder if you have considered forging some new friendships.
New friendships? What do you mean?
I mean, creating bonds with additional people, thereby broadening your perspective.
Oh, if that's what you want, I'll do my best to follow your orders.
That was not a command.
For you, Lady Nell, I'll befriend hundreds of people. Whatever it takes to make you happy.
You are crying.
I'm so sorry. I tried to make friends, but I was unsuccessful.
Tell me what happened.
I'm not sure. I made an effort to try talking to many different people, but most of them ran away when they saw me coming. The rest kept talking about Zephia and the Four Hounds, things I don't fully understand. The conversations got uncomfortable, and I couldn't tell them that I wanted to be friends. Do you think it's because I'm a mage dragon? Perhaps it's too hard for people to accept us.
No. We dragons can certainly form close bonds with the little ones. The Divine Dragon demonstrates that fact time and time again, and there is no reason you cannot do the same.
That's true. But then...
If you are apprehensive, then perhaps I should accompany you as you make your efforts.
Would you? I would greatly enjoy an outing with you.
Very well. Then it shall be so.
Yes.
Amazing. What a remarkable novel.
Hello, little prince. All finished reading?
Lady Nell, this is unexpected.
Is it? I have been eager for an opportunity to speak with you.
What about?
You are no doubt aware that I am a child of the fell dragon Sombron. Despite our differences in heritage, you are also a child of royalty. We have this in common. I never understood my father. I thought perhaps you could share some experiences with yours.
I've always wanted to be like my father, though there were times I failed to understand him too. He's always been considered a great king for his military might. That isn't how I'd like to rule.
Different ideologies, then.
You could say that. We occasionally butted heads over the future of Brodia.
Yet you were not sentenced to death for the defiance of your Lord Father. Why?
What do you mean, why? We don't execute people over simple disagreements in Brodia.
I see. Unlike your father, Lord Sombron preferred to silence all dissent with execution. To object to his decree was out of the question. To survive, there was no choice but to obey.
I can't even imagine living under such a vile dictatorship. I'm so sorry.
There is no need to apologize. That is all in the past for me now. Hearing of your experiences has taught me a great deal. I hope we will speak again soon.
Of course.
The War Council is not for a while yet. I should find a way to fill the time. The weather is warm and lovely today. Perhaps I should simply relax and enjoy it. I must have dozed off. What is this roasted meat doing here? Did someone forget to eat? Unplanned naps seem to have become a habit of mine. Roasted meat sitting out upon the ground again. Mysterious. Surely the owner would have noticed 2 missing meals.
Okay, she's fast asleep. Secret snack, activate!
Stop right there.
Yeet!
Princess of Solm. You are the one who has been leaving roasted meat in my presence.
What? No.
Then explain what you have there.
It's a fashion accessory. Anyway, sorry to bother you, bye!
Hold a moment, I only wanted to ask... No use. She is gone. How perplexing.
How are you, Madeline? Are you adjusting to this world?
I was uneasy at first, but I'll say I am feeling more comfortable on and off the battlefield.
It makes me happy to hear that. Try not to push yourself too hard, all right? I'm concerned because, well, you often overdo it.
Celestia, now that we're in this new world, I'd appreciate it if you stopped babying me. Really, there's no need to worry. I'm not overdoing anything.
Well, I suppose I don't need to nag too much. There are others here also watching out for you.
Yes, even the people of this world, despite my being new here, I'm grateful for their hospitality. It hardens my determination to work on their behalf and match their kindness.
Look at you being so ceremonious. It reminds me of Mavier.
Huh?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to...
It's all right. You just caught me off guard. I won't deny that my speech and manners resemble his. He was my mentor, after all. After my parents' death, it was he who took me in and trained me for battle.
I was so surprised when the two of you came to Lethos. I thought you were his daughter.
Brother and sister I could see, but not father and daughter. Oh, dear. What time is it? As much as I'd love to continue reminiscing, I ought to go train. Let's pick this up later, shall we?
Well, she is growing up to become a fine young woman.
Prince Diamant, I wanted to apologize for earlier.
What do you mean?
I failed to thank you properly, both for your discretion and for the gem you gave me. Please let me make amends by expressing my gratitude now. Thank you.
Oh, please don't worry about that. Brodia has a lot to answer for. Offering a token like that gem is the least I can do.
It's true, Brodia has invaded our lands many times. I often wonder how my people would have fared without that suffering and bloodshed.
I'm not surprised. That's why you don't owe me any gratitude. I hope you understand.
But you stepped in to help me. One person to another, in accordance with your values. That is why, in accordance with my values, I want to thank you.
I see. If that's how you truly feel, Princess Ivy, then I accept your gratitude.
It's all too easy for one individual to give a simple thank you to another. Apologies are much the same. It is when kingdoms are involved that it gets complicated.
That's true. My father was focused on our kingdom's affairs when he began expanding our territory by force. That singular focus is how things have always been done in Brodia. But that needs to change.
What do you mean?
My father is no longer here, but his influence remains. Change will take time, if there's an easier way. I haven't found it yet. I often wonder if I'm ready to be king.
I know exactly how you feel.
I apologize. I didn't mean to unload like that.
No, I understand. I'm actually relieved to hear that you have the same concerns I do. I am much more hopeful now for that future when you and I are king and queen.
Saphir, any chance I can talk you into that sparring match today?
My stance hasn't changed, Prince Diamant. I don't feel ready.
Even if you don't think you're ready, I'd still like to test your current skills.
If you insist, it'd be rude to turn you away. But if I win, will you hear me out on something?
If you'd rather just chat, we don't need to spar.
I don't want to discuss this unless I win. Wouldn't feel right.
Interesting. It's a deal then. You actually beat me. I knew you were strong, but I clearly underestimated you. All right, a deal is a deal. What did you want to talk about?
Right. Okay. When I was a child, Elusia attacked and destroyed my home village. I survived basically by luck. My parents, my friends, they were all killed. There was nothing I could do. I was powerless. That feeling haunts me to this day. It makes me want to scream and tear my heart out.
I felt a similar kind of pain myself.
That pain is why I train the way I do. Only strength can free me from it.
It's royals like me who declare wars, but the citizens and soldiers are the ones who suffer. Your training may keep innocent Brodians safe someday. That's the greater meaning behind it.
Thank you, Prince Diamant. It does feel good to get that off my chest. I'm going to overcome this weakness, no matter what it takes.
You know, sitting with you by a toasty fire, it feels just like the good old days.
Yes, we shared many a night like this after that first encounter. Our scuffle with the bandits, back when we were just a couple of travelers roving the queendom together. At the time, of course, I had no idea my princess was actually a princess.
You never asked. Honestly, I assumed you'd piece it together.
Listen, Princess Tamara. Most royals don't sneak out of their castles to rain justice on unsuspecting bandits.
Yeah, well, I'm not most royals.
No argument there. But really, do you remember how shocked I was to learn that you were the Princess of Solm? I had just gotten through telling you, basically my whole life story. How I had always dreamed of becoming a knight, but my lineage made it impossible. I told you that was the reason I ran away from home. And then, you
I asked if you really, truly wanted to be a knight.
And I said yes. With my whole heart, yes. You placed your sword on my shoulders, one after the other, and said,
I hereby deem thee a knight of the queendom.
And I laughed. I thought it was all in fun. But you weren't laughing, my princess. You were looking at me like you meant it.
Well, well. If it isn't Fogado, my one and only Sibby.
Yes, in the flesh. Care to tell me why you're in such a good mood?
Oh, no reason in particular.
Really? I would have guessed there was a song or a slab of meat involved. Mine, I'm glad to see you looking so cheery. Always puts a smile on my face.
Well, good, because I'm happy as can be.
But I'm going to have to insist you tell me why. Come on, Sibby to Sibby.
If you really want to know. It's because you're here, duh!
Is that all? Pfft, I'm always here.
Oh, hate to break it to you, but no. I'll admit, back in Solm, I didn't spend all that much time in the castle. But you were never around. I hardly spent time with you at all.
Huh, yeah, you make a good point.
These aren't what you'd call the best circumstances, but I'm glad I see you every day.
Wow, you really put a positive spin on things. We're in the middle of a war, and you make it sound like a family vacation.
Got a problem with that?
Not one bit. As I said, I'm just happy that you're happy.
Hey, Divine One! What do you think of me this time? I went out of my way to be extra super cute. So, are you ready to concede defeat and admit that you're completely charmed?
You certainly are cute, and I'm sure you put in a lot of work for it, but I told you before that cuteness doesn't affect how I treat people. Why are you fixated on this?
I didn't want to bring it up, but okay. My mother was one of the king's mistresses. She suffered a lot of backstabbing in the court. I never saw her upset, though. She took every insult with a poised and graceful smile. That smile secured her place in court. It even won the king's wife over. That's how I know charm has a power all its own. And I'm gonna use mine the same way.
I understand. But can I ask you something? Do you think maybe your mother had more than just her own survival in mind?
What do you mean?
Maybe she did all of that in part so you could learn to survive the court as well. She must have known she couldn't always be there for you. She'd want you to learn from her. To me, that is real charm. What we do to help the ones we love.
Mother, I never realized.
I was hoping we could reminisce, Madeline. You and Mavier met in your hometown, is that right?
Yes. I had just lost my parents and was trying to protect my town from the corrupted. One day, a huge horde, the biggest I'd ever seen, descended on the town. They surrounded us. There were fires, people dying in the streets. I thought I was doomed. Then, out of nowhere, a knight appeared.
And that was Mavier.
Since he bore the armor and banner of the Fell Dragon's forces, I thought him an enemy. But he cut down all the corrupted around me, every last one. And when I looked into his eyes, I knew with certainty that he was on my side.
And so you were saved. Then you traveled together to where I was. You lost your parents, your hometown. I was worried by how depressed you were back then.
Yes, it's embarrassing to think on now. Even my memory of going to Lethos is fuzzy. If not for dear Mavier, I would have surely died en route. He saved my life many times.
But you carried on. You're so strong now. It's like you're a different person.
I have my mentors to thank. Mavier most of all. He taught me many skills. Having taken me in, he must have felt a duty to teach me. We trained together often. And I can't even count how many times he protected me from danger. Like at the temple.
I know.
I only wish I could repay him for all the ways he helped me.
You realize you gave Mavier something too. Something immeasurable. He was always telling me how happy he was to have found you.
Happy? He said that?
He really did. You can feel good knowing you brought him happiness. You supported him too. He watched you grow and learn with the proud, loving eyes of a father.
Oh. It seems we've circled back to the father-daughter talk. Still, I'm honored by his words. Thank you for sharing them with me.
I believe Mavier is still watching over you, even now.
In that case, I'll have to redouble my efforts to become a knight worthy of his respect. I'm going to go train. But let's talk about you next time, all right?
Wow, I'm a terrible cook.
You're doing great. Follow my lead and this will turn out fine. You can do this.
Get ready to flip it. One swift motion. Now! Ah! I did it!
You did. It's a little lopsided, but the flavor is what's most important.
I hope it tastes good then. Try it for me?
No. Delicious. It's wonderful.
Yes! Soon I'll be every bit as charming and talented as you, Gold Mary.
Of course.
With a retainer like you, though, I can't let my guard down.
A retainer, you say?
Something wrong with that?
Nothing at all. Except that Rosado and I are not officially your retainers.
Oh, I don't care about what's official or not. When the Fell Dragon awakened and the war started, we were all just classmates. But Father asked me to return to the castle, and one thing led to another.
It was Rosado and I who insisted on accompanying you home.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. I didn't even want to leave the academy, much less get separated from my friends. But I guess I did rope you into this mess, didn't I? I'm sorry.
I'm the one who should apologize. Retainers to Elusian royalty are supposed to be handpicked by the king. We ran roughshod over that process. And now, we'll never be able to get his approval. All because I failed to protect your father.
There was nothing any of us could do. Besides, he'd have given you both his blessing, no doubt in my mind. So, I don't want to hear another word about it, okay? You have nothing to apologize for.
I'm relieved to hear you say that.
And I'm relieved you're here with me. I hope you'll stay on, even after the war's over. Will you accompany me back to the academy?
I consider it a privilege.
Ivy, do you remember much about my mother?
Of course. She was quite memorable.
Maybe you could tell me a little about her? What do you remember most?
My clearest memory is her smile. My mother hated all of Father's other women. Your mother especially. So she was badly mistreated by my mother and by all who sought her favor. Yet even through all of that, she never seemed to stop smiling.
Yeah.
By her charm and wits, she eventually won even my mother over. She turned her biggest enemy into a friend through sheer determination. It left a powerful impression on me. It made me realize how strong a parent can be for a child.
How strong?
Yes. It seems to me your mother fought those battles to carve out a niche for you.
For me?
Yes. She was the sort of person who shone a light on everyone who knew her. And you were the reason she shined so bright.
This was something I needed to hear. Thank you, Ivy.
Ivy, can I ask why you call me your deity?
During all the hardest moments of my life, the one thing I could turn to was the Divine Dragon. My faith in you gave me strength to survive.
Survive what, exactly?
My whole world. The place where I was born. Elusia Castle is a den of treachery and double-dealing. No one is safe there, and the worst part is, I had no escape. My mother was at the center of every scheme. I was forced to be near every foul conspiracy.
Your own mother?
In her world, every smile is a dagger looking for a back to stab. I hated that place. I hated what it did to everyone who set foot there. The one thing that kept me from despair was my faith. My faith in the divine dragon.
But why me?
At first, I worshipped merely to be contrary. They chose the Fell Dragon, so I chose Divine. It was a small, invisible act of rebellion, but it was what I needed. The more I thought about you and your life, the more I knew I didn't belong in the castle.
I'm glad to have been some help, if only indirectly.
Forgive me. To experience your kindness in such a familiar way is an intense thing for me. Could you please act a little more like a deity?
Understood. I'll try to be more considerate.
In all seriousness, Divine One, you are my strength, even now. Thank you.
Need some water?
Thanks. Whew. We've come a long way. Are we close?
If the rumor I heard in town is true, yeah, we should be.
Rumor? We came all this way for a rumor?
Yup, quite a rumor though. The spot we're looking for is supposed to have a view worth any risk to see. If it's even close to true, nothing can keep me from it. Not distance, not exhaustion, not thirst.
I admire your passion for your work, Rosado.
More like a passion for everyone's likes. But thanks.
Likes?
Oh, you know, smiles, compliments. All the ways people enjoy my work. Every time I hear someone liked a drawing, I'm that much happier. And more motivated.
It's definitely uplifting when someone can see and appreciate what you do.
Speaking of, we're almost there. Come on! The drawing's important, but so's the journey to get there. Let's enjoy it, you and me.
Lead on, Rosado.
Lady Anna, did you find a buyer for that snowman doll?
Oh, right. The thing about that is...
What's wrong? Are you crying?
Oh.
You aren't able to sell it, huh?
Nope. I'm real sorry. I was carrying it around, trying to find a buyer, when I dropped it. There's not much left.
Oh, I see.
Pathetic, huh? Here I was, talking myself up. I'll give you the 1 billion gold I promised to make up for it. I hope you can forgive me.
That's all right, Lady Anna. I don't need money.
You don't need money? What?
Nope. I don't want compensation. I just want another chance to make something for you.
What do you mean?
I had a good time crafting that doll. I'd hate for it to be the only time we work together. Plus, I've been hearing about Wintertide Village since I was a little girl. A secluded village in Elusia with festivals year-round. I always dreamed of going there.
Word traveled that far, huh?
Yes. To be honest, I thought it was the stuff of bedtime stories. But it's real. Who knew? I felt so blessed to be making something that celebrates such a wondrous place. So what do you say? Let's give it one more try. Or however many tries it takes to get it right.
I like that attitude. Let's give ourselves a do-over. This time, we'll do it right.
What do you mean?
I mean, we should budget for some real materials instead of cast-off junk.
That's a bit intimidating. I don't usually use proper materials.
How much harder could it be?
Well, I'll just have to do my best to make something that flies off the shelves.
Atta girl! Once we get our operation going again, boom! We'll make a killing and retire young! Huh. Why the long face, Princess Hortensia?
I tried your whole beauty line, but something's still not quite right.
Are you saying you're a dissatisfied customer?
No, the products are great. They're just not making me as happy as I thought they would.
Don't be so sure. My beauty line is tried, tested, and terrific. It's expanded a bit since last time, too. I'm now stocking my own brand of magic perfume.
Magic perfume? Is that a thing?
Yup. This enchanted aroma will put your cuteness over the top for sure. Its magical potency more than makes up for the lack of staying power. I'd swear by it. It can really do all that? Don't take my word for it. Give it a try. Ooh, that does smell delightful. Let's see what a spritz does for me. What do you think? Whoa. I think we found the missing piece of the puzzle. It works even better than I thought. Really? My image is finally complete? I'm entirely irresistible? Oh, absolutely. Tell you what, I'll give you a little as a sample. If you like it, come back and buy it, okay?
Hello, Fram. Notice anything different about me? That's right. My place in the world has been restored. I'm once again the picture of elegance.
Hey, that's great. I'm glad our efforts paid off. I mean, you don't seem any different to me, but I'm glad you're feeling better.
You can't tell? I'm tilting my head 10 degrees instead of that unseemly 15.
Okay.
I really must thank you, Fram. You stood by me, even when my head was tilted much too far to be taken seriously. You were even there to help me practice my expression until I got it exactly right. Thanks to you, I understand that one graceless moment isn't going to ruin a friendship.
Exactly. Friends aren't superficial with each other like that.
Would you let me give my thanks in the form of a delicious home-cooked meal?
Yeah, I'd love that.
I will make something with those apples we gathered. It'll be both tasty and nutritious.
I can't wait! This is gonna be amazing!
Try to temper your expectations. It will only be about as good as the top restaurants.
Only that good, huh? You're really confident in your cooking.
I'm sorry in advance if the delights I prepare ruin your taste buds to all other cuisine.
I'm glad to see you're fully back to your old self, Goldberry. And I can't wait to try what you cook up!
That's amazing! Wolf jousting sounds like a thrilling sport to witness.
That it is, but the fights out in the crowd? That's where you'll find the real action. There are plenty of ways to amuse oneself in Somme, but nothing is quite like the Wolf Arena.
So many stories. What a fascinating life you've led, Seadoll. Your descriptions are so vivid. I feel as if I've witnessed it all with my own eyes. The caravan lifestyle sounds like so much fun. Coming and going as you please, following your own whims and curiosities all over the world. No restrictions, no cares. And if you ever grow bored, you can just set off on another journey. I wish I could have that life.
Yes, well...
There's one story you haven't told yet. When did you first join the caravan? I bet you were born into it. Am I close?
No. I was born in a town by the sea. It was beautiful. I was so young when my father died, I have no memories of him. My mother raised me. She was a fortune teller, but an ill-fated one. She got sick and died when I was young. One thing led to another. Before long, I was living on the streets.
On the streets? But why?
I was a child without a family. Where else would I live?
Oh.
But one day, a caravan was passing by. The travelers called to me, invited me to join them, and I did. I traveled with them from that day on. Speaking was difficult for me then. Words were hard. So my teacher taught me to dance. I learned that I didn't need words to communicate. That saved me.
I see.
My apologies. That story is not so amusing as the others.
Please, I'm the one who should apologize. I didn't think before broaching the subject.
No, I've darkened the mood. I'm sorry. I think this is a good place to stop for now. Another time, Prince Alchrist.
You... Ivy. I have something to say to you. I have come to apologize for turning you into one of the corrupted.
I might accept your apology, Lord Rafal, if I had any notion of what you were referring to.
It was my intention to lead with the worst of it, and to follow with an explanation. You are quite unlike the Ivy I knew in my world. I am accustomed to her constant interruptions.
If you need a moment, please take your time.
Thank you. I turned the Ivy of my world into one of the corrupted and forced her to fight. I took advantage of her willingness. She was all too devoted to the Fell Dragon, eager to serve. But I did the same to all of the royals soon after, willing or not. I deeply regret my actions.
Thank you for explaining, but I fail to see what any of this has to do with me. You have apologized to the wrong Ivy, and unnerved this one a fair bit, to be candid.
It is no longer possible for me to speak with the person I hurt. I am afraid this is all I can do. I suppose I thought I could reach her through you, but perhaps it is peace of mind I am after.
I think I understand how you feel, but I still don't see how I could possibly help you.
All I require you to do is allow me to make some amends for the damage I have done.
What do these amends entail?
Anything you would like. Make a wish, and I will see it done.
Very well. If you insist, I will think of something.
I will be waiting.
All right! Great hunting today. Well done. Couldn't have brought in nearly this much if not for you, Prince Alchrist. Thanks for coming.
Oh, but I barely helped. This is mostly your handiwork, Saphir.
Humble as ever, I see. Now that we're good on meat for a while, I think it's going to be fishing next time. Care to join me?
Me? I don't have much experience with fishing.
You'll be fine. I'll show you how it's done.
I'd feel bad for the fish. Imagine getting yanked out of the water by someone as useless as me.
Pretty sure the last thing a fish cares about is who's doing the catching. You'll be fine.
I also doubt I'll catch anything. Any bait I offer is bound to be inferior, not worth a nibble.
Nonsense! Stick with me and I promise you'll get plenty. But the real fun comes when I show you how to cook them.
You'll teach me how to cook fish? Really? In that case, perhaps I will give it a try.
That's what I like to hear. Consider yourself invited next time I head out.
Yes, please. Thank you, Saphir.
Prince Diamant, I must see your skill. Let us duel.
A duel? Sounds like fun. I don't believe we've had a proper sparring match yet, have we?
Ah, you are easy to convince. Good.
You like to train, right? I have a pretty rigorous routine myself. I just got done sprinting up and over 3 local mountains. A duel sounds like a nice cooldown.
Mountains? 3 mountains?
All right, Kagetsu. Give me everything you've got.
I cannot.
What? Why?
Much as I long to challenge you, it would not do to face you in this state. It would not be satisfying to win merely because you are tired.
So you won't challenge me unless I'm fresh out of bed? A win is a win, so let's duel.
No, I cannot allow it. I have been raised to prize honor above victory. That is my homeland's way. Win or lose, it is essential to uphold standards of dignity and fairness. We must be like cherry blossoms, blooming only at appropriate times.
Ah, I see. That is an admirable philosophy. Let's consider our duel postponed.
Thank you. I know it was I who extended this invitation. I appreciate your understanding.
I'll make sure I'm rested and at full strength next time. I won't hold anything back.
Excellent. I look forward to this fine contest.
Thank you for sparring with me, Saphir.
No problem. Always a pleasure to find an opponent who can help me work up a sweat.
Glad to hear it, since I barely kept up. I see now why Brodia holds you in such high regard.
Don't be too modest. You're good, and you've got lots of room to grow. Strength, skill, speed. You're full of potential. Keep training. You'll see.
Maybe. But what I really envy is your intensity. The way you press the attack? It's relentless. Do you think I've got the potential to be as ferocious a fighter as you are?
That's...
Saphir?
Sorry. Listen, you'd be better off not modeling your fighting style too much after mine. Ferocity doesn't suit you. You're too kind a person for it. Just be yourself and hang on tight to that kindness. Don't let it go.
I understand, Saphir. Thank you.
Princess Hortensia, can I ask why you want to have a fan club?
Why? Simple. I already told everyone I have one. That means if I don't get one soon, it'll be like I lied to them, and I'm not a liar.
I see.
That's why I need your help. Or are you saying you don't want to help me?
It's not that I don't want to, but fan clubs are based around someone you really admire.
So, admire me then. What's the problem?
It's hard to cheer on someone who doesn't, earn it.
Hey! Are you saying I don't deserve your praise and devotion?
Sorry.
Fine. That's fair. I'll drop it. Bullying you into starting a fan club would be sad and desperate. Sorry to waste your time.
No problem.
I gotta say, Clan, I like that you're honest. It's actually kind of refreshing to be told no. Alright, I'm heading back. I've got some lies to apologize for.
How admirable. Princess Ivy, are you glaring at me?
No, Prince Alchrist. At least not intentionally, but I can't take my eyes off of your armor. In Elusia, we are taught from an early age to keep watch for Brodian armor.
Oh... I think I understand. Brodia has invaded Elusia more times than I can count. My country has a lot to answer for. For what it's worth, I am sorry.
Oh? And what do you mean by that exactly?
Huh? What?
Did you just issue a formal apology from the Kingdom of Brodia for its invasions of our land? Are you admitting fault on behalf of your people and swearing to adopt peaceful foreign policy? Reconciliation between nations is a serious matter, not to be taken lightly.
That's not what I... What I meant to say was, if Brodia is at fault, then we absolutely should apologize. But that apology is not mine to give. The king and nobility would have to convene and agree. So when I said I was sorry, it came from me as an individual, not as a representative of,
I know that. I'm sorry. You are a little too easy to toy with.
Oh, Princess Ivy. I was so nervous.
My ill feelings toward Brodia are in the past, but I could not resist teasing you a little. Look on the bright side. We are comfortable enough now to joke with one another, right?
Yes, of course. I did think my heart was going to stop, but I suppose it was funny.
Turns out you're quite the fisherman, Prince Alchrist. This is a huge haul.
I must admit, I'm surprised myself.
It's your quiet disposition. Those fish never saw you coming.
Do you think we have enough fish to prepare a full meal?
Definitely. This'll do nicely. Trust me.
That's exciting! I can't wait to learn. We'll get started as soon as we return, right, Saphir?
Of course! So, are you gonna tell me who you're so excited to cook for, or what?
Was it that obvious?
I noticed you get most excited when you've got someone else in mind.
Well, it's for my mother. I want to prepare something special for her once this war ends. And fish is her favorite food.
Ah.
When we heard of the Fell Dragon's return, she moved to a secure palace far from the throne. It feels like it's been so long. I want to treat her to something special when we're reunited. It's the least I can do. I'm sure she's already learned about Father.
Well, Prince Alchrist, you can count on me. I'll teach you everything I know about making fish taste wonderful. We'll start with how to fillet and sear, and then move on to seasoning and preservation. Gotta warn you ahead of time, though. When it comes to cooking, I'm a strict instructor.
Uh-oh. I'll be sure to brace myself.
Why, hello, Chloe. Fancy meeting you here.
Hi there, Citrine. I'm just here picking up some lunch. You can only get it at this street stall, but the taste is worth the trip. It's my favorite.
Really? If it's as delicious as you say, I'd like to try some for myself. Here, I'll treat you. Excuse me, sir. I'll take everything you have, please.
The whole stock?
Don't fret about the money. This way, if we have extra, we can share with the others. Thank you for wrapping all of that, sir. Here's a little more gold for your trouble. Huh? Are these?
It's folk food. Salt-pickled fish guts, in this case.
Oh, how, charming.
Oh, sorry. I love this stuff, but it might be too much for you to handle.
No, no. One mustn't show prejudice toward food without trying it first. Here, Chloe. Your portion.
Wow, you're letting me have almost all of it. Thank you so much.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have somewhere to be.
Must be important. You look pretty serious all of a sudden.
It is important. Well, to me it is. Take care.
Will do. And thanks for treating me to a heaping helping of my favorite folk food.
You.
A little more.
Your attention, please.
Huh? Oh, hey, Lord Rafal. You seem a little out of sorts. Anything I can do to help?
Cease your sweaty grunting at once. It is disruptive to my peace of mind.
Sure, I don't mind training a little more quietly. Sorry about that.
That is insufficient. I demand that you stop it altogether. The mere sight of it disrupts me.
I can't just stop working out, but I'm sure we can find a compromise. Let me think. Hey, I know. Why don't you join me?
I beg your pardon?
If we train together, the noise of it won't bother you at all. Come on, it'll be fun.
I have neither the time nor the patience to endure this pointless farce.
Everyone says stuff like that at first. Give it a chance, though. With me as your personal trainer, you'll definitely come around.
Every moment spent talking to you is a waste. If you intend to stay, then I will go. At speed.
Come on, Lord Rafal. Oh, wow, he's got great form. What a powerful stride. Hey, wait for me. I'm up for a run, too.
What is wrong with this man? What are you doing? Stop following me!
Ah, there you are, Alfred. Do you recall when you said you weren't worthy of my friendship?
Yeah. I didn't think hard enough about your feelings, and I made a pest of myself.
Well, I disagree with what you said. You're my friend, Alfred. We ended up here because you were trying so hard to help me, which I do appreciate. So please, don't ever say things like that again.
Sorry, Divine One. Everything I did was way off the mark. How could I possibly still call myself your friend?
You already do so much for me, Alfred. Doing additional things isn't necessary. You know, you were the first friend I made after I awoke. It would pain me if my first friend didn't spend time around me anymore.
Your first friend, huh? That's got a real ring to it. Thank you. I'd be honored. I did feel close to you, you know, even before you woke up. So when you finally did wake up, I was so excited that I went completely overboard. But I'm through with all that. From now on, let's be plain old friends.
I'd like that. Very much.
Good. Oh, I have a great idea. As my totally regular friend, what do you say we do laps around the atrium together?
Laps? As in running? Right now?
No time like the present. Off we go!
Now wait just a moment. I haven't even agreed. Alfred? Alfred!
Divine One, I am pleased to see that you are taking your rest where you can find it.
I had some spare time, so I thought I'd follow your advice and take it easy for a change. I only wish I had the luxury all the time.
To be so at peace that you could fall asleep at any moment. That is happiness. Many fail to appreciate it while they have it. And you work tirelessly to achieve it for others. That is why you have my respect.
Respect? Okay, where is Nell, and what have you done with her?
Do not be so taken aback. It is true, and it ought not to be such a surprise. Perhaps I have hidden it better than I thought.
Maybe a little bit.
I believe I have an answer to the question you asked me previously. In truth, I have known the answer for some time. I was merely unable to find the words.
Don't worry. I understand. Now that you have an answer, though, I'd like to hear it. Do you actually think of me as the same divine dragon you knew before?
I do not. You may have the same name and similar eyes, but you are distinct and unique. When I stand beside you, in or out of battle, I see only this. Here and now, it is you I wish to protect. And it will be your enemies I destroy.
I'm relieved to hear you say that. Thank you. That devotion goes both ways, you know. I want to protect you, too. I don't want to lose you again.
Those words are complicated for me to hear, Divine One. Nevertheless, consider them to be engraved upon my heart. Let us fight to hold on to what has become so dear to the both of us.
Okay, that's enough sparring for today.
Thanks again for indulging me.
There really is such kindness in your eyes, even when you're fighting. It's refreshing. Anyway, thanks for the warm-up. I'm off to do some strength training.
One training session straight to another? Your stamina's amazing.
When training is all you have, you give it all you've got.
What do you mean, training is all you have?
Yeah, okay. I don't usually talk about this, but you deserve an answer. I've always been strong, even as a kid. But back in those days, I had a friend I could never beat. This friend trained hard, and I mean hard, with the goal of becoming the strongest knight ever. One day, Elugia attacked my village. My friend was killed. After that, I figured someone should honor her wish to be the strongest. Might as well be me.
I'm so sorry for your loss. I can't help but feel that isn't the only reason you train so hard, though.
What makes you say that?
That ferocity when you fight. It doesn't feel like grief to me. It feels more like vengeance.
I really should get back to training. Muscles will tighten up if I stand around too long. Thanks for letting me talk your ear off, though. I'll see you later.
Saphir, I went too far. I should apologize.
There you are, Rafal. I've been looking for you.
You. What do you need?
Nothing. I just wanted to express my gratitude. I haven't had the chance to do it properly. So, thank you for coming to the Somniel. I'm grateful that you've joined us.
I promised that we would meet again if my sister were to wake and forgive me. To go back on my word would be an insult to that miraculous gift. Thus, I am here. The price for my allegiance has already been paid. There is no need for thanks.
Even so, your continued support means a lot to me. I can thank you for that, at least.
You are a strange one. It is absurd for you to trust me at all after what I have done. To be friendly is beyond the pale.
What if I just want you to be happy, after all we've been through? Would that be so wrong? It's not like I could have let things end with you and Nell at odds. That would break my heart. Deep down, I know you're a good person. And I happen to like you.
You like me? Is that truly what people say?
Why not? What's wrong with it?
Enough! Do you have no duties of your own to attend to? Leave me be.
Hey, wait a second.
That's enough for today. Oh. Hey, Jade. Doing some night training? Atta girl.
Oh, I'm not training.
No need to be so humble. I mean, I see you here, like, every night.
No, I mean it. I'm not training.
Right, of course. You Brodians always gotta play it off. You can hardly call a quick session like this a workout or whatever. Someday I'll get on your level. Sorry, what's that? What are you mumbling about? You've got to speak up, Jade.
It's nothing.
Sure, if you say so. Hey, Panette. How's it going?
Quite well, thank you. You appear to be in good health yourself, Etier.
Yep. Good eye. Huh.
Is something the matter?
Oh, sorry. I'm being rude. Panette, your stylish fashion sense and refined speech are peerless.
Why, thank you. That is most kind.
There's just one problem.
Oh?
You're hiding something.
Whatever do you mean? I assure you I am not.
You carry yourself like a noblewoman, but you are not one. I smell a fake.
Why, that is ludicrous, slanderous even.
So you won't admit it? Fine. If being blunt won't work, I'll have to get sneaky. See you around, Panette.
Good gracious, where did that come from?
Ready, Jade? Today we set your best self loose.
Set loose? I don't think I'm actively restraining any part of myself. I'm not sure what to do.
Do what comes naturally. Strike a pose, say a phrase. No wrong answers. Be you.
Very well. Shucks-a-doodles.
Perfect! Yes, you're beautiful!
Really? That did it?
Really? Now introduce yourself to me. Tell me who you are.
Shucks-a-doodles. I'm Jimmy Jammy Jade.
Jade, I promise I don't say this to everyone. You're a natural. Over the top adorable!
Huh.
You okay? Something wrong?
I'm fine. That was my laugh. There's no way this tactic will help me work through the night. It's totally ridiculous.
Well, that's a shame. So, does the road to cuteness end here for you?
I think not. I'm having a good time. I want to see how much further I can take this. It's definitely inspiring some new joke ideas.
Yes! I'm gonna be there every step of the way.
Anything to report?
Oh, Prince Diamant. No news here. It's a quiet night.
I see.
Standing guard like this reminds me of the other day.
Which day?
The day of that snowstorm. I was guarding the Elugia border through most of it.
Right. That storm was awful.
It was snowing so heavily. I worried that I wouldn't be able to find you.
So did I.
Huh?
I feared I might lose a trusted retainer to the cold. I almost worried myself sick. When I finally arrived and saw you were still standing strong, I breathed such a sigh of relief.
Oh. Well, let's not get carried away. But thank you for your concern, Prince Diamant.
Dawn should break any minute. I'll relieve you a bit early. Go get some sleep, okay?
Understood.
Good work tonight. Oh, and I'm excited to read your new chapters. Will they be ready soon?
Yes, without delay.
See if you can withstand this!
Good, but not good enough. Your lance hit my neck, mine hit your chest. Let's call that a draw.
Unacceptable. You would be the clear victor if you had used your dominant hand.
Maybe, but I'm way more used to lances than you are. I think a draw's fair.
Very well. But let us have another go after our break, now that I have the measure of you.
Sounds good. Hey, can I ask you something?
Speak freely.
You seem like you're actually enjoying training lately. Any particular reason?
I lay the blame for that at your feet.
Me? Why?
Your past reminded me of my own. I too was weak in my youth, always falling behind. Ashamed to rely on others for protection, I began a lifelong pursuit of strength.
That does sound kind of like me, yeah.
Our paths began in the same way, but mine diverged significantly. My thirst for power grew so strong that I was willing to hurt anyone to gain more. Strength without compassion is worse than useless. I see that now, in part thanks to you. My heart is no match for yours. But perhaps, with training, I can protect those I care about.
You can and you will. I'm sure of it.
Allow me to ask you something in return. Why do you spend time with me? Firene worships the divine dragon, and you are its prince. You should despise a fell dragon.
I don't like to label people that way. I'd rather go by what I see. When I look at you, I see a good guy. You like working out now, so how bad could you be? Besides, we're cut from the same cloth. I kinda think of you like a brother.
A much older brother, surely. But the point is well taken.
Actually, I was thinking of myself as the older one, since I've got more experience in training.
Ridiculous. A gulf of years lies between us that you can scarcely fathom.
Why don't we settle it with a rematch? Winner gets to be the big brother.
You will regret proposing such a wager, little brother.
Bring it on.
Sister?
Something has upset you, Rafal. What is it?
Is it not obvious? Already you are throwing yourself to the front lines. You have not yet fully recovered. Allow me to fight at the front instead.
Your concern is appreciated. But with the Dragonstone you gave me, it is unfounded. My ability to transform is no less than it was prior to the shattering of my own stone.
That is true enough.
Moreover, as you know, my new stone was empowered directly by the emblems. It is a piece of that which imparted to you your own power to transform.
Yes. We were fortunate that the Dragonstone yielded by the emblems was exceptionally large. That is why I was able to split the stone into 4 pieces, and give 2 of them to you. I was initially concerned that the split would reduce potency, but that has not been the case.
Indeed. So there is no reason for you to be concerned about me.
I will accept that. If you promise to call upon me the moment you are in danger.
Thank you. Should such a moment come, I will do so.
And I will be there.
Here we are. Ready to cook some fish?
Well, not exactly.
Hey, what's wrong? I thought you were gonna grind me to dust.
Ashamed as I am to admit it. I wasn't able to get my hands on any decent fish.
No? That's a shame. Look what I caught. As rare a specimen as you'll find in these parts.
The competition hasn't even started and I've already lost.
Not at all. Look, I caught one for you too.
Why would you do that?
Wouldn't be fair otherwise. It's a cook-off, not a fishing contest.
That's true. Thank you, Saphir. This is a noble gesture. I'm humbled by your kindness, but as much as I want to win this competition, I can't let you outshine me in nobility either. So, please take this.
What have we got here?
Rare herbs. They were hard to come by, but it would be poor form not to share them now.
You weren't kidding. These are tough to find. Thanks, Gold Mary. You're all right. Now, let's get cooking. May the best chef win.
Agreed. You're going down.
Hello, Saphir. Would you like to join me for tea?
Tea? Yeah, no thanks. I'm not the best company for small talk right now. Better find someone else.
You do seem more solemn than usual today.
You noticed that. And invited me anyway. Why?
Well, tea can be quite soothing, you know.
Or maybe you're just nosy. Still, thanks. For noticing, I mean.
What is on your mind exactly?
Nothing important. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Bad dream.
How dreadful.
Feels ridiculous saying it out loud. I'm not a kid anymore. Shouldn't be bothered by nightmares.
Not so. Even the strongest among us can be greatly troubled by them.
Maybe you're right.
Are you sure you wouldn't like me to put on some nice warm tea? It may not drive away your nightmares, but it could ease your mind somewhat.
When you put it like that, I guess I may as well accept your invitation.
As I hoped you would.
Hi, Nell. I'm sorry about before. I should have realized you might not see me as a sister. I was thinking it might help if we spent a little time together. I brought us something to eat.
A shared meal seems a fine way for us to kindle our friendship.
Great. I hope you don't mind if it's spicy.
I happen to enjoy a great deal of heat and salt in my food.
Oh, good. In that case, you're definitely going to enjoy this. I feel like everything's tasted better since I got here. I love sitting down to eat with everyone.
They have been very kind to me as well, even though I am a stranger from another world.
They're very welcoming. As a fellow Fell Dragon daughter, I want to do my part to welcome you here as well.
Thank you.
You said Brafal has been your only sibling for a long time. Hasn't that been lonely?
Certainly. I have felt the loss of each of my siblings over the years. I always wished that we could have been closer, but so much of our time was spent on survival. That meant envy and exploitation and betrayal. At times, it meant violence.
That's horrible.
That is why I am truly grateful to have the opportunity to spend time with you in peace. But it is also why the thought of accepting you as my sibling is accompanied by caution. For me, that type of relationship has been fraught with rivalry and with fear.
Does that mean you're afraid of me?
I do not feel threatened, because we are not siblings. We were never supposed to have met. Since we are free to define our relationship as we like, I would prefer to think of us as friends.
I see. Thank you for being honest with me about your feelings now. I'd like to do this again sometime, if it's alright with you.
Okay, Divine One. It's time for me to come clean. I know you said you wouldn't pry, and you only want to hear what I'm ready to say, but I'm as ready as I'm ever gonna get. And you have a right to know.
If you're sure this is what you want, I'm here to listen.
Okay. Here goes. My name used to be Larimar. I changed it to get away from my old life as an assassin.
Go on.
I was never too attached to Larimar, or to her parents, who left her when she was young. She is my past, though. In that sense, she'll always be a part of me. Which means, even though I've moved on, you can't know the real me without her.
It was brave of you to tell me all that. I do want to know the real you. The value of this conversation is not lost on me.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Divine One.
Of course. Since you trusted me with your secret, Yunaka, I guess I'd better tell you mine.
I didn't even know you had one.
When you told me how glad you were to fight alongside me, I wanted to jump for joy.
Why?
Because somewhere along the way, I stopped being able to imagine my life without you in it. There's no one more important to me than you. I want you by my side, always. So, I guess that's my secret.
Divine One.
If you'll accept it, I'd like you to have the Pact Ring.
But that ring is precious to you.
You're precious to me, which is why I want you to have it. Whether we're talking about your past self, your current self, whatever. I cherish all of you.
You're amazing. I want to know everything about you. I want to accept all of you like you've accepted me. No more lies, no more secrets. I want to be with you the rest of my life. That's how I truly feel.
I feel the same way. Let's be true to each other from now on, as partners.
Happily. A new chapter starts today. I cannot wait to see what our future holds.